First, I would like to greet all of you present here and of course those of you who are joining us online today. My name is Jana Pasic and I'm here with you on behalf of the International Organization, which is the local contact point for ERASMUS for Young Entrepreneurs program here in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Today we are here to introduce you to the project and all the benefits it offers, and through practical experience with the help of our entrepreneurs to demonstrate why you could also become a part of this project. So joining us today online is Katarina Neidlova, Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs Program Manager, who will address us on behalf of the European Commission and present the program. Katarina, hello, can you hear us?
Hello, I can hear you well. Yes, hi.
Katarina, can you please introduce us to this Erasmus program?
Okay, great. You can hear me well, you can see me well, right?
Yes, yes.
I don't see the presentation, but I can open it myself, so I see it myself. Are you showing the presentation or not?
The blue one.
Well, in the meantime, shall I start?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, great. Well, pleasure to be today with you. Unhappy I can't be there in person, but that's life. Thanks for coming. We are going to introduce you today to a great program which has already been used by more than 20,000 people all over Europe. And which helps people to get more entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial skills are extremely important. They not only play a crucial role in economy, in European economy, but they also play a crucial role in our lives. Without being entrepreneurial, without the skills, we would not know, we would not be ready to take risks. We would not be ready to go for different adventures, so it's extremely important. Small and medium-sized enterprises also play a crucial role in European economy. They are engine of economic growth. Without them and entrepreneurs, there will be only a little innovation, little productivity growth, and only a few new jobs. We should realize that 99% of all European companies are actually SMEs. So they definitely deserve our attention and support. And the European Commission realizes this potential and is working on this. So what we have done? Well, we have designed in 2009 a program which is called Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs, which is basically a program which helps provide aspiring European entrepreneurs with skills which are necessary to start or successfully run a small business in Europe. New entrepreneurs who participate in the program, they gather new skills, new knowledge and ideas about what it is to be an entrepreneur. And this they do by spending between 1 to 6 months abroad with an experienced entrepreneur. This program partially finances the new entrepreneurs on their stay abroad. So who can participate? The program is open to new and host entrepreneurs from all EU member states, but also other participating countries. Currently, it's UK plus complete Western Balkan countries, Norway, Liechtenstein, Iceland, and few countries in Eastern Partnership, namely Ukraine, Armenia, and Turkey as well. What is important is that the participation of the program is not based on nationality. So third country nationals can actually join the program, providing that they fulfill the eligibility criteria, which means they have a valid residence permit in Europe or in any of the participating countries. Important, there is no age limit, despite the fact that the program is called Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs. The young in the title is not about age, it's about business experience. So no age limit, you can become a new young entrepreneur at the age of 60 if you wish. We also have, are covering at the moment some more countries outside of Europe with the program, and there are a bit more special rules, and those are unfortunately available only for nationals of EU member states and UK for the moment. And I will mention a bit more about this program later. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, of course.
Because now I have lost my screen completely. Can it be?
You don't see us? You can see us?
No, I don't see you, and I don't see my screen. But okay, now I'll change to another computer. Okay. So on the next slide, I'm talking a bit more about.
We are at this side. Who can participate?
Who can participate? Okay, the next slide is about iGlobal. So I mentioned that we cover certain countries. We have been granted, thanks to the success of the program, we have been granted extra finances to try and test this program outside of European borders that would allow new entrepreneurs from EU member states and UK to try also different business ecosystem outside of Europe. Namely, we are currently covering 6 countries: US, Canada, Israel, Singapore, Taiwan, and South Korea. In this case, the activity, the exchange can last only between 1 to 3 months. So this is something extra which we are currently also offering. Now, I have mentioned a few times new and host entrepreneurs, so who they are, how they are defined. So new entrepreneur is for us either a would-be entrepreneur who is firmly planning to start a business, so who has an idea which he has put down in a business plan. We are not asking for a substantial business plan that would have to have all the details, like a business plan that needs to be prepared for a bank loan. But we need to see that the person is serious about starting a business. This is not a program for students who want to just go abroad for a certain period of time. So this is for people who are serious about starting a business. So this is would-be entrepreneur or a newly established entrepreneur who has been doing business for less than 3 years. This is for us a definition of a new entrepreneur. The business, the idea can be in any business sector, so there is no limitation. We are very inclusive. On the other hand side, we have host entrepreneurs. Those are for us successful, experienced entrepreneurs, owners, managers with more than 3 years of experience running a business. We also allow managers directly involved in enterprise on a management board level to participate. What is important in this program, this is not an exchange between a person and a company. It's always individual. It's between a new entrepreneur and a host entrepreneur. Individual two people. The other actors in this program are intermediary organizations. This is colleagues present on the spot who will talk to you a bit later. And they are actually helping us to implement this program. They are the ones on the local level who help you to introduce to the program, who help you to participate in the program. Currently, there are over 160 in 35 countries. Next body involved in the program is a support office. This is a body which we contract, and they are responsible for day-to-day management of the program. So should you have any questions, any issues with our IT tool, you're not able to apply, they would be the right person to contact and help you. What are the benefits of the program? So I said we are running this program since 2009, so we already have some conclusions and benefits. On the side of the new entrepreneurs, it's probably a bit easier to understand or see what the benefits are. They get on-the-job training in a host company abroad. They develop entrepreneurial skills. They gain business knowledge and experience, and they basically gain experience how to run a small company from direct cooperation with a host entrepreneur. We also co-finance them, so this is also incentive. So what is there for the host entrepreneur who is not being co-financed by us? So what we hear from the host entrepreneurs, they say what they very much value is getting fresh perspective, ideas on their business. Try to imagine you're running your business for 10 years, you never have time to stop and think about how can you do things differently. Now you get somebody with fresh ideas, innovative skills, who comes and says, oh, actually, why don't you do this differently? So this is what they value very much. The other thing they like a lot is that they learn about different markets. You have a company, it's running well in your country, so your idea is to expand to other markets. This way you get knowledge about how to start a business in different company. And obviously networking opportunities and potential for long-term business partners, creation of new companies. How does the program work in practice? Very simple. 5 steps, everything online, so no paperwork, application online. So there are 5 steps: online application, matching, contracting and preparing, stay abroad, and feedback and payment. I will go through these phases very quickly. Application form for new entrepreneur, what we need is actually CV, some kind of motivation, few lines, and as I mentioned, business plan. For host entrepreneur, then we need only CV and motivation why he wants to participate. During your application process, both new and host entrepreneurs will be actually asked to select their intermediary organization, which will help them to participate, and they will also be asked to set their preferences. So, for example, what are the languages they speak? What is the sector they would like to match in? What is their availability, when they are available for the match? So this is it. Once this is done, the application is submitted, is received by the selected intermediary organization, which will either confirm it straight away or ask for additional information and confirm. This, once confirmed, you get access as an entrepreneur, you are admitted to the program, and you get access to a wide database of counterpart entrepreneurs you can match with. So here the process, the next steps, matching starts. So you can either yourself look for entrepreneurs who have set similar preferences, or you can ask your local contact point to help you with that. Third option is that the system, actually the IT tool where you put your data, is offering automatic matches on the basis of the preferences that entrepreneurs give. We also see now fourth option, and that is that entrepreneurs who have sort of met somewhere do come to the program together. Here, one important thing, we don't support previous business exchange of people who had previous business experience. So if you already worked for the company or with the entrepreneur, you had an internship there, you will not be able to get finance to stay in the same company. With this program, we are trying to offer new business experience. The next step is contracting and preparing. So once you agree, the two entrepreneurs agree that this might be interesting to match and work together for a while. The two entrepreneurs need to start to work on some kind of commitment, on plan of the activities during the exchange. Important here to add, this is not a traineeship internship. This is a peer-to-peer level exchange, two entrepreneurs working together on a project, giving each other suggestions and exchanging. Once this is prepared, also the agreement between the intermediary organization and the new entrepreneur is signed with all obligations and the rights, including financial conditions of the exchange. So here the new entrepreneur will be clearly told what are the finances he will be receiving from us. The next steps is already stay abroad, as I said, from 1 to 3 months. You may come back and tell me, well, I'm a new entrepreneur, I can't afford to stay 6 months abroad. We have thought about it. It is possible to have so-called fragmented exchange. So you can stay 1 week with your host entrepreneur, go back, work on your company, come back for another 2 weeks or whatever, 1 month, and basically fragment your stay. However, what is important to say is that your exchange has to be finished within 1 year, so within 12 months. During the exchange, you'll be contacted by your IO to check whether everything is going fine, whether you are working well, the activity plan is working. Of course, in case of issues, the IOs will try to mitigate and help to solve the issues. Final step is feedback and payment. So we ask both of the entrepreneurs for final feedback, which is compulsory. On the basis of that, we can then have conclusions and changes in the program. The new entrepreneur gets paid his final amount. Host entrepreneur, if willing, can be reintegrated in the database. For new entrepreneur, the opportunity to participate in the program is only once. And for the host, as I said, he can be multiple hosts. Why do we offer only opportunity for new entrepreneurs to go once on the exchange? Obviously, our resources are limited, and we would like to give the possibility to participate in the program to as many people as possible. So this is why. I have mentioned a few times that we co-finance the new entrepreneurs.
Sorry, Katarina, we have a problem with these slides. Can you please go back one? Yeah, okay, fine.
It's fine now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mentioned a few times that we co-finance the new entrepreneurs. I haven't said yet how much. So here on this slide, you get a broad idea about the co-finances new entrepreneurs are entitled to receive. These are amounts per month of stay. So, for example, if an Estonian entrepreneur goes to Denmark, he will be entitled to 1,100 euros per month of his stay. So if he stays for 3 months, the amount he would be receiving is 3,300 euros. So the amounts are assigned according to the country where you go. You will see that we also think about people with special needs and entrepreneurs coming or going to outermost regions of the EU or other distant destinations under the EU territory. How to apply? That is probably something you would be interested in. Very easy. As I said, everything is online. And there are no deadlines. So should you decide to apply now or today in the evening, no problem. Just go to our web page, click on the page, apply now, and it's done. As I said, for new entrepreneur, CV, motivation, and business plan is needed, and you can choose your local contact point. Key achievements of the program, I've already mentioned as well. We have reached already over 11,000 exchanges, meaning we have involved over 22,000 entrepreneurs on an exchange. On the next slide, you could see what was our growth path. We have started in 2009 with 54 exchanges. Currently, we are doing over 1,000 exchanges per year. I have looked at the region, a bit more specific statistics. Here you will see how many intermediary organizations there are in the region, in your countries, that can help you to participate in the program. So here you see, I'm not going to list all of them, but what I can add here is that we see clear correlation between the number of intermediary organization in the country and participation in the program. So you see that Italy is very well represented in the program, with 24 organizations helping people to participate, and this is also reflected in the number of people who participate in the program, which you will see on the next slide actually. So you'll see that Italy by far from the region is using the program most, but there are also other countries which use the program well: Greece, Slovenia, Serbia. Yeah. On the left-hand side, you see number of applications per new and host entrepreneur. On the right side, in the right side graph, you will see participation. So number of new and host participating in the program. You may say, I mean, there were less hosts applying in my country than have participated. This is because, as I mentioned, the host can participate few times, so it doesn't have to be only once. He doesn't have to participate the host only once, but he can participate multiple times. So this is why. On the next slide are achievements. So we are with this program definitely reinforcing entrepreneurial attitudes. We are delivering tangible entrepreneurial education. We are offering practical support to SMEs. We strengthen the single market connections with this program. We encourage resilient companies, business development and innovation, clearly. We create new businesses and jobs. And last but not least, we also see that we can address youth unemployment with this program. While we ask for the feedback questionnaire, we also see in the results impact on new and host entrepreneurs. Again, I'm not going to read this. The presentation will be available to you after this meeting. But I would like to mention that from the surveys we get from the participants, we see that 15% of new entrepreneurs say that they consider that entrepreneurship is and can be a solution to unemployment. And the fantastic number which we have reached is also about how many companies have been created by our participants. So we see that 36%, over 36% of our new entrepreneurs who participate in the program have started a company after participating in the program. For the host, we see that the impact is also very huge about receiving or gaining new ideas and techniques for their business. Over 60% tell us that this is important. Another important number is about extending operation to other markets, and there we have 65% of host entrepreneurs who are telling us this. I have also a slide on how to become an local contact point, so the intermediary organization. I don't know where there is anybody who could be eligible, but just to let you know, the local contact points, the intermediary organization, are being selected on the basis of open call for proposal. So there is a call organized by the European Innovation Council and SME Executive Agency, in short ERASMUS. The next one is going to be in 2024. We are asking for consortia to apply. Consortia have to be composed of a number of independent legal entities from different participating countries. And what is important is that the legal entities have as their main role support of entrepreneurship and SMEs in their country. The co-financing which we offer is 100% of the cost that is paid to the new entrepreneurs, of course, and up to 75% of all management costs, administrative costs. For that, we of course give a certain number of expected results, mainly number of exchanges to be organized. I guess more on that will be said by the intermediary organization we have there on the spot. Where to get more information on the program? Here I have listed the webpage of the program, and of course we have a social media account: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So please don't hesitate to get in touch with us if you have any questions. Of course, I rest available also here for any questions. With this, I would like to thank you for your attention, and I pass the floor to colleagues on the spot in Sarajevo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Katarina. Thank you very much for this informative, useful, and interesting presentation. On the project, I'm quite confident that now all of the participants have a clear understanding of what the project is, how it works, what are the benefits, etc. So now I will address everyone on behalf of the Žene za žene International, local contact point for Erasmus program, Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs program, on what. Sorry, please, can we go back to the other slide, the other presentation? No. And I have to check if my pointer will work now. Yes, please. Thank you very much. So I would like to explain you what the contact local point is, what do we do, and also to address our Bosnian context because it's quite specific, and having this very interesting project that promotes entrepreneurship and creativeness, collaboration, etc. How important it is for us, Bosnian citizens, to have an access. So first, I would love to, introduce you with our work, actually, with Žene za žene International. So we are an organization that has been supporting social and economic empowerment of women across Bosnia since 1993. So through our programs and through with our support, we reached more than 80,000 women through our projects and microcredits. So maybe in over 50 communities across Bosnia, and also through our work, 30 women associations were formed. So as we work a lot on economic empowerment of women across Bosnia, we became contact. So this is our website where you can find all the information about our work as a contact local point and get all information about the project, but also Katarina really mentioned everything you need to know. This is our email address where you can reach us as well. So now I'm going to explain you actually what do we actually do. So we, as the program operates across those participating countries, Katarina already mentioned which countries are there in the project, with the help of local contact points, which are like competent legal entities. They might be like startup centers, some incubators, some other NGOs, anyone who works with entrepreneurs and etc. So their activities are coordinated at the European level by the support office of the program. So during your application phase, you have to reach your contact local point of both new entrepreneurs and host entrepreneurs, because intermediate organization is responsible for accepting your application and also for verifying your application, because we check if all requirements are met. So we guide entrepreneurs through throughout the application process and the exchange to establish a successful relationship between new entrepreneur and host entrepreneurs. So we offer those matchmaking services such as promotion, information. We do this arranging contracts, let's say logistical support. So how does it look like in a reality? So here we have some bullets. You see that they are quite similar for new entrepreneurs and host entrepreneurs, depending on the project requirements for each of them, yeah. But we offer information about the program and the pre-application interview. We help with the application and assessment of the profile. Will help in finding a suitable either new or host entrepreneur, building the relationship to make a win-win situation to end up with a successful business story. We help with the online training and of course administrative aspects, which is very important for us because people from Bosnia are usually afraid of these administrative aspects when leaving the country for more than 3 months. Monitoring the exchange and, of course, final evaluation of the exchange. So that's what we do, like for both new entrepreneurs and host entrepreneurs. So now we'll go to the numbers. Katarina already mentioned how these numbers actually are connected to the number of local contact points in each country. I have to say that this program has been, was completely disrupted during COVID, and everything was cancelled, but now we are getting inquiries like all the time from both new entrepreneurs and host entrepreneurs. So we are happy to see that the program is like becoming successful here in Bosnia and Herzegovina. But I have to mention, because we are a women association, and of course we work a lot with women, that we are facing like strong resilience with women when women want to take part in this program. Why? Because at the first place they are very interested to take part in it, but afterwards it seems like they are not, I don't know if that is empowered, or they don't feel confident to travel independently. So that's something we are facing constantly, unfortunately. So we decided to address now this Bosnian and Herzegovinian context, actually. And the easiest way how to do it is taking a look at the statistics. So we see that, of course, unemployment is 70.4%, but youth employment rose to 37.7% in 2022, which is much higher than the EU average, and which is one reason why we really need this project in Bosnia. And to promote it even more in the next period. We see this high emigration rate, and that there are not enough financial incentives to foster innovation. So that's why we need those programs who focuses on innovation, creative businesses, etc., and also women empowerment in a way. Of course, youth empowerment in general. So overall development in women's entrepreneurship remains limited, and that's something we are focusing. We are seeing like every day. So now I will also like to share with you one successful business story before we hear other successful business stories with our entrepreneurs who are here with us today. This is Larissa. Larissa is from Severodonetsk, from Ukraine. She's 51 years old, and she's a hairdresser. So after the war in Ukraine started, she had to say goodbye to her previous life, and she decided to come to Bosnia. And as we, Žene za Žene International, as we are working with internationally displaced people and refugees from Ukraine in Ukraine and Poland, we were involved in this Telegram group, and we learned, that way we learned about Larissa's arrival to Bosnia. So we decided to reach her, and we went to Žepče, where she was staying, to present her this program, because with this program, European Union decided also to help Ukrainian refugees. So she was really happy to get more information about this program, to get this opportunity, and then we decided that we will try to find a suitable host entrepreneur for her. So we went to Zenica, and we found this Cosmo Beauty Salon owned by Leila Begicevic, who is like really experienced in beauty industry. So they made this exchange. It was a 6-month exchange for them. It was really fruitful. I think they will definitely continue to cooperate. And now Larissa wants to open her own beauty salon upon her return to Ukraine. Unfortunately, her home city is now under occupation, but she really wants to go back. And we see that what Larissa says is that now she feels empowered to do it because she actually was not brave, let's say, enough to try it on her own before the war and before this exchange. So that's one really successful business story that I wanted to share with you. But now I will ask from these two men, Bojan Stojčić, our new entrepreneur, and Nermin Šehić, our host entrepreneur, to present themselves, tell us something more about their experiences and what they want to tell actually about this project, how was it for them, etc. So Bojan, maybe if you could start. Thank you.
Yes, thanks. My name is Bojan Stojčić.
Maybe you can.
My name is Bojan Stojčić. I'm an artist and designer from Sarajevo. I'm working in the field for more than 10 years, and during the pandemic, the last company I was working for, of course, collapsed, and then that left me like with this idea, like, okay, maybe I could start my own business, and I established a studio in the midst of a pandemic and started working in a very specific niche, which is cross-section of contemporary art and applied design. That kind of niche in this kind of environment is not prominent, so there was not much opportunity to learn and develop my business skills and my approach to what I do. So basically, through social media, I found out about the project. I was following Žene Instagram, I think, and I saw the project. So basically, that got me thinking: well, can I use it to maybe gain some experience that I cannot gain here locally? I did a little bit of research. I saw that I could apply, that my business is new, that I could find a new business somewhere else. And I was thinking maybe, okay, there's this design studio in Berlin that I really follow, and they're very prominent and important in the art world. So basically, I just wrote them an email and sent them the link asking, hi, do you need any kind of help in your studio? And this is the project that I can come through and help you out with your project. They said, fine, like let's try it, let's see how it goes. And basically we both applied. They applied as a host and I applied as a new entrepreneur. And basically we matched, of course, and I had the opportunity to work for the studio Slavs and Tatars for 4 months in Berlin, basically, which gave me a great experience in exactly the things that I'm interested in and which is my core business is based on. And this is this cross-section of contemporary art and design. They provided me with new insights of how to develop the projects from inside out, and I had the opportunity to work on their projects, which were later shown in China, in Georgia, in Greece. It was really a great experience because here locally I couldn't be involved in this kind of international projects that kind of gave me experience and knowledge that I brought back home. But not only that, through this studio and other contacts in Berlin, I established new projects, basically resulting that next year I'm producing and organizing a show for 11 artists from ex-Yugoslavia to be shown in Berlin, and also trying to get German artists to come to Bosnia to actually just exchange ideas and knowledge. And yeah, this is basically my short story about my experience. Of course, we stayed in touch, and just yesterday they were asking me, like, can I recommend someone else for this project? That they had a fine experience with me, and basically they're now trying to find some more people to go through their studio and through their practice and help them with their work.
Thank you, Bojan. Thank you very much for sharing your experience with us. I'm sure there will be questions in the Q&A session. And now I would ask Nermin Šević.
Hi, my name is Nermin. I'm a founder of a host company, or a host entrepreneur, one of the 8, if I saw correctly the statistics here, right? 8 companies in total in Bosnia. A company called Pershouse, which is currently the largest co-working space in Bosnia, and soon to be the largest co-working space in the region once we open our new location in a few months. Our experience with the Erasmus exchange program was surprisingly positive. We are a very commercially and digitally oriented company, so we don't really go too much into these like project-based sections of the world. So no tenders, no projects with European Commission, local stuff. So all the things we do are pretty commercially B2B oriented. And last year, right? I think last year John and I used to go to high school together, so we kind of have a personal relationship. She approached me with this idea to basically onboard our company to the platform, and suggested that we become a host. Reason for that is because we have a sister company called Beta Studio, which does software development. Also very commercially oriented, and our first member of the program was a guy from Ukraine who wanted to be. He started his career as a designer, and he needed some more experience. He had an aspiration to open his own design studio, basically to work as a UX/UI designer, and it was coincidental that we were also looking for an intern to help our lead designer with some work, so we onboarded the company, went through the entire process. Our biggest phobia was that we had to deal with a lot of paperwork, because my assumption was that this being a European Commission project, it might require a lot of paperwork and a lot of documents, reading, calls, and whatever, which wasn't the case. I'm not sure if because you helped me or generally that's maybe I'm a bit biased here. So the program went well. We had him for 3 months. I think he stayed here in Bosnia. Or he went back. So definitely he stayed in Bosnia after he finished his internship with us. It was mostly him learning from us. He was a very young entrepreneur. He had aspirations to become to open his own company, but he was very young. So that was kind of an okay experience for us, nothing too major or spectacular. However, a few months after that, we got approached by another person, Kelly. She lives in the Netherlands, due to the fact that we were part of the platform. Kelly, however, is she used to work in community building industry through various companies as a freelancer for I think more than 10 years. And because she saw we were a co-working space on the platform, she approached us and she asked if she could come here for a few months and basically share her knowledge, see how we work and maybe how we can benefit from her. So Kelly is an expert. She has an aspiration to basically start her own consulting business in the community building, found us through the platform, and we also saw large benefit of working with Kelly because she was able to give us, she will be able to, she already came like I think 2 weeks ago, hopefully she'll be able to give us some better insight into how we can internationalize our community, because most of our members currently at Tersos are local members from Sarajevo and Bosnia. And as I think Katarina mentioned somewhere at the beginning of the presentation, usually when somebody from abroad comes, they're able to give a different perspective and different fresh pair of eyes. So we used Kelly to kind of mock somebody new coming to a co-working space. What was her experience? What are the flaws that we need to fix? Basically, all of the things that maybe we're neglecting because we're here every day. So Kelly is going to be with us for 3 months. We're going to benefit as a company from her, definitely. And she will also be able to learn from our practices because apparently based on what she told me that we do some things better than some co-working spaces in Amsterdam, so we were also quite happy to learn that. And yeah, I think generally, although I was a bit biased at the very beginning, currently I think it's a very good program even for companies. And you can get access to, if not somebody who has a lot of experience, maybe somebody who's very motivated and eager to learn and creative, or in our case, like we have right now, somebody who has a lot of experience but is in a different stage of his or her career, and you can definitely use it. It's for us as a company, we don't have any expenses, which is also, I guess, positive for somebody who's looking into maybe taking somebody from the platform. You might think, okay, there's maybe I need to pay that person. No, everything is covered by either the European Commission or the entrepreneur itself. You just have to fill some paperwork at the very end, which is more like a feedback and maybe some suggestions what has to be done, which is not that big of a deal. So from my experience so far, it's been a great program, and we'll definitely continue to leverage this in the future, either through our software development company or through co-working space. And if you have any questions, I'm here to answer. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for addressing this issue of our Bosnian entrepreneurs saying, actually breaking prejudices when they say like they have no time to spend, to be with someone from abroad, like who just comes like that in their company, to their company and offices, and they're usually like behaving like we don't need that. But we see from Nermin's example how fruitful this cooperation could be with for host entrepreneurs as well. So now it's time for your questions. Please feel free to ask anything you want. Katarina is still with us, I believe. Yeah. So are there any questions? And also for you who are online with us, like. Okay. Yes? You can take this one.
I come from Directorate for European Integration in Bosnia and Herzegovina. We are office dealing and coordinating with EU funds available for us. which also includes then union programs. Yeah. So I think this is thank you very much. It's extremely interesting program and project. I think also it offers very practical opportunities, very interesting and very practical opportunities. So I think the value is even bigger then, because you have often these abstract things, etc. And I think what is very important is this promotion of the program, that that people in our countries that are participating know about this, so as much as possible, because this is, I think that's key. Then we have people with ideas and aspirations, and then they will make use of it. So my question is a little bit then in relation to the future of this project and program. My understanding is that this comes under previous COSME program, union program, and now it's single market program. So we also are in the new cycle of union programs from 21 to 27. So my question is Erasmus for young entrepreneurs going to continue in this cycle 21-27? And the other thing is also, is EEN, Europe Enterprise Network, used also for promotion of this program among the businesses, because they have, like we have this network in our countries, also in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and they have this huge, list of contacts of companies. So is this also used for promotion? So, let me stop here then. Thank you.
I guess this is a question for me. Thank you very much for this question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Thank you very much for this question. Very pertinent, very, very to the point and clear. Yes. So I'll start maybe from the last part. Enterprise Europe Network. Yes, we are working on synergies in the Commission. We are actually in the same unit, so colleagues on the same corridor, so we know about each other. We are together also with clusters. So we work on synergies and cross-promotion of the program. And one of the tasks for this year of the intermediary organization on the spot is to really organize a meeting with EN consortium in the country and get to know each other and cross-promote and know each other. Because indeed you are correct, the target groups are not completely the same for EN, because EN is there to help grow, to help potential enterprises grow, and we are there to start the enterprises. But from EN, we can get the host entrepreneurs who need innovative ideas from the new ones. So there is definitely a synergy and possibility to cooperate. So yes, this is a positive answer. Continuation of the program under single market program. Yes, I can again confirm. We have thanks to the success, we have received even more money than we had in COSME, which is not so usual, and it was not usual for all programs. So, I mean, it's real success. We have received maybe, let's say, 30% more for this program. So under SMP, it's included, and we believe it will be there even after 2027. And last question on promotion. Again, you're very, very right. This program deserves promotion because it proved it is beneficial. The concept is we have a proof of the concept, so it's working clearly, and we welcome any opportunity to promote this program. So also from your side, please get in touch if there is an event where you think it would be relevant to promote this program. The local contact point would be more than happy to submit promotion materials to come and talk to people. yes, we don't want to somehow limit the promotion. It is really a very inclusive program for everybody, and promotion is a key. Indeed, I agree. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have nothing to add, actually, to this. I don't know if there are any more questions. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. I'm actually, I actually have a couple of questions concerning the application procedure. So, for example, how much time does it take for the application to be approved or disapproved? Then, is there, for example, the database of host entrepreneurs that allows us to search for the specific company we would like to cooperate? And usually, do those who apply search for the specific company first, as was the case with Bojan, and then simultaneously apply? Or is it usual to search all those host companies and see whether one of them suits you? And how does the business plan should look like, for example? What are the elements of the business plan that is successful? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll start, and then if needed, I'll ask the colleagues from the intermediary organization to complement.
Yes, okay.
Time for application. There is a deadline for the intermediary organization when they have to apply, so when they have to respond to your application. And if I'm not mistaken, it's 2 weeks maximum. So
yes, but in practice, we usually do it like in a couple of days.
Yes, yes. So once you apply, once you fill in the application, and I mean, we can ask the entrepreneurs to tell us how long it took them to fill in the application, but I don't think it takes you more than 2 hours. Not even that, I would say. I mean, if you have a business plan as a new entrepreneur at hand, then it can take you 30, 40 minutes. And to get approved, it depends on the workload of the intermediary organization, but there are deadlines. So they have deadlines, and of course we are measuring the deadlines, and they will be assessed on the deadlines as well. So this is something. But just to tell you, to apply to the program and be in the program, it's very easy. What is the important and difficult thing is to find the match. And there you were asking about the database of host entrepreneurs. So indeed, as I said, once you are approved and considered eligible by the IO, and being considered eligible by the IO, you just have to fulfill 3 criteria, and I mentioned them. One of them is, as a new entrepreneur, to have included business plan, CV, and have the country eligibility. So if you are residing in Bosnia and Herzegovina for past half a year, you apply with IO in Bosnia and Herzegovina. So if you do so, then you are admitted to the program. So this is done. To find the host, once you're admitted, you get access to all available hosts from other countries that you can choose from. And indeed, there are filters, and you can filter. I want to go to Germany with a host who deals with PR, and you get results. Or the system will give you also proposals for this. But also, as mentioned by the new entrepreneur, you can actually still not apply to the program, but search for a possible host and a place where you would like to exchange. And then you two come together. Say, listen, there is a program where we can collaborate together. Would you like to take part? Please apply. We can go together, then we can match. So this is also possible. And the last question is on the business plan. I said it doesn't have to be any difficult, very substantial document of 100 pages. This document for us is to show us that you are really serious about starting a business. However, it has to have some basic information, and between the basic information is clarity about what you actually want to do. And when we talk about business plan, I'm always telling the people, listen, write the business plan the way you would try to explain to your grandmother. We need to, all people need to understand what you actually want to do. So don't be sort of super specific, you should be specific, but it should be clear what you want to do. So it has to say what you want to do, where you want to open the business. It also has to have a part on competition. So you need to see about who you will be competing with. If you had a look, if there is, for example, not already 3 hairdressers in the same street, then it would be different. I mean, this is one of the things. But also what is important is to have some kind of financial planning to see where you get your initial budget, how much you will need, how much you will be, you expect to be gaining, and when you think you start to earn money. So you will not be in red numbers, but you become to black numbers. So the viability of your business idea. This is from my side. So I don't know whether colleagues want to add some more on this.
Katarina, you really answered everything. But I would also add that if you want to become a new entrepreneur and you still don't have your business idea, your business plan developed, in a way we can help you with it. Those are of course you have to have those basic elements of the business plan, but you don't have any kind of word count or page limit or something like that. But as soon as you apply, we reach you and we found out about your question, talk about your business, talk about where you want to go, do you have an idea? And also, I don't know if Katarina mentioned it, when you apply for a project, for a program, you state which industry you want to, which sector actually, where you want to go. So it's quite with this application, you already go, it's straightforward, Maybe my colleague Amala also want to add something.
Also about a business plan, during your exchange, when you are at your host, you can see if you made your business plan well, or maybe there's something you need to change. So during the exchange, you actually learn how to maybe improve your business on your business plan. You work on it. So that's it.
Yes. I can only confirm. One thing I wanted to add, we told you with the application, you give us specification in which sector, which time, what languages, but none of this has to be fulfilled. At the end, you can find out that actually, originally you wanted to go to Germany, to PR agency, but at the end, you can go to Spain, to a language school, because you have found a host but the match is better for you for you want to learn from the exchange. So don't be worried that if you put something in the IT tool as your specific requirements, it's the only one which has to happen. It can be different. And also if you say, I'm only available now from May to June, and then you actually can't, but you will be available in September, as long as you agree with your host and it will suit both of you, it can happen. So it is not criteria which will sort of somehow lock you. It's very open.
Yeah. Thank you, Katarina. Brian wants to add something.
Well, I just wanted to add that I had a really positive experience through the platform, because even though I knew specific studio that I would love to work for and with, but basically through the platform, a couple of other hosts reached me and proposed me that I should come and work with them. Hosts from Spain, hosts from Slovenia, from Malta, I think. For me it was, I thought that I was the one who was gaining, but actually the people were approaching me and asking for collaboration.
Indeed, it's not one way. It's not new entrepreneurs searching for hosts always. It is also hosts searching for new entrepreneurs because they see the advantage of participating in the program.
Sorry, it's just one additional question. For example, what are the are there any post-project obligations, for example, for reporting or any sort of obligations after the this entrepreneur is finished? So.
I probably leave this on colleagues on the spot.
Yes. As a new entrepreneur, you sign an agreement with your EU, and in the agreement, you have all information about your obligation. So your obligation during the exchange process is to inform us, to send us update about your staying at host. What are you doing? Is everything according to activity plan you made? Are there any changes? So we organize some calls, video calls, where we are and you and your host. So we talk about your exchange and any issue, or everything is okay, so you just inform us. You send us also some photos from the exchange for the purpose of promotion, for the purpose of to inform us, and so we can see how you are going on. Also, at the end of the exchange, during every month you send us a kind of financial report. So it's not about to fill all information, all your costs during exchange, but just to inform us that how you spend your money which you receive from IO. At the end of the exchange, you have this feedback questionnaire which you have to fill in, and also we ask you to send us some kind of video report. It's about maybe 2 minutes, where you show us from your perspective how was your exchange with your host. After the exchange, we host a new entrepreneur write success story. This success story is published on the website of European Commission and also on all other our social medias. So that's for a purpose to promote you, to promote your host, your exchange. So we show other participants and other interested participants how it was successful. So it's a promotion. There's not a lot of obligation, but some technical and some information that we need to know during the exchange.
Maybe we can ask the new entrepreneur to say whether he thought it was too much. One more thing I would like to add, which might be important element, is that this program aim is to have Europe more entrepreneurial, to create jobs and companies, but we don't oblige you after the exchange to start a company, because we know it can take some time. It's not immediate that you start a company after the exchange. I mean, you just gain new skills which you need to start a business, which you need in your normal life, and you may decide after 3 years that you actually want to start business now that you're ready. You actually, after the exchange, can come back and say, actually, you know, this is not for me. I don't want to be an entrepreneur. It's too much hassle. So I think this is also important. But if the new entrepreneur wants to add something more.
Yes, actually, this program is something that you can test your business idea. So you can see, are you for it or you are not? Maybe you need something to change before you start your own, actually. But his test was successful, yeah.
Do you have more questions? Yes? Okay, again me. Okay, question in relation to this administrative things, yeah? So I guess then when you go somewhere to work or you receive someone to work in your company, in your business, there is the paperwork, you know, for intermediary organization. You help them, I guess, with residence, work permits, contract, like how this person is hired, etc. So all of that is done
for both, like helping the host entrepreneur and the new entrepreneur with that. So I understand from presentations and experiences that this is really like it's kind of all dealt with. So there is no burden on the people participating. Okay, so you are nodding, confirming, yeah. But another thing is, costs. I think from perspective, I would imagine from perspective of Bosnia and Herzegovina people going somewhere, cost may be an issue because if you need to contribute yourself, if the costs are not enough to cover everything, it may be challenging for us, to cover some portion of costs during our stay. So yeah, because costs for me, if I'm going somewhere, I need to, obviously accommodation, then all the costs of the stay as well to be covered. So the money is good, but it may not be sufficient to cover all the costs, I don't know, in big cities, centers, etc. So question for Katerina, is there any kind of plan, or you are occasionally looking at the cost and revising? Also, we are facing now with economic crisis, you're seeing prices going up, costs are going up, and then, I don't know, I guess there's like difference, urban, rural areas, etc. So that is one question. And then the question for very concrete for also like others, for example, who pays then, who pays taxes? Like when you are hiring someone, like you have for Nermin, for example, you had a person here working, there was some kind of contract, I guess, there was some kind of obligation as far as paying contributions and taxes, like who pays that? Thank you.
Maybe Amela, you can answer regarding this administration.
For the administration things, we share like info leaflets, some guides for participants. For new entrepreneurs who are coming to our country, we have like a guide which we share with them with some practical information about our country, about cities, about their stay here. So if they need any kind of help with finding accommodation, about transport and everything else, we are there to support them and to give them information they need. Also about this, what you asked Nermin, this program gives, for new entrepreneurs, they sign the agreement with their IO organization, and the host entrepreneur does not have any kind of expenses for that person. That person is not his employee. That person is participant of this program, and it is in that agreement. Host entrepreneur does not have any cost to pay anything for the new entrepreneur who is coming to him. He is just there to share his knowledge and to cooperate about his business. So there are no costs for hosts.
Yes, so it's covered by the program. And maybe Katerina, if you could...
Yes, no. I would like to, from the general point of view, so indeed, this should not be seen as working for somebody. You go on a business trip. As I said, it's peer-to-peer exchange, so I'm not coming to your company to work for you. I'm coming to exchange. I'm on a business trip. I am future entrepreneur, and I'm working on a project, on my project, on our common project. So the contribution, also the contribution which we pay, is not a salary. It's a contribution to the increased cost linked to the fact that you go and stay abroad. And it should indeed cover partially, not fully, the costs linked to the stay abroad and travel abroad. So this is from our point of view. As far as taxes, I won't hide that we know that in some countries taxes from this, even from this per diem, which the program pays to the entrepreneurs, has to be paid, but taxes are not in competence of the EU. We clearly state and can give to the IOs and to the entrepreneur paper which confirms that this is not a salary, but it is a per diem cost linked to travel and cost. What we do from our side is at our meeting with the national authorities of all participating countries in SMP or COSME before, we stressed it, mentioned this, and push the individual countries to take this into account and, if possible, exempt any EU contribution going to third parties from any taxes. Unfortunately, we can't do much more about this. So as far as the increased cost of living in different member states, we are aware that what we pay is not 100% of the cost. We don't want to pay 100% cost because what you get for free, it's not good enough. We think that if you contribute, then you are more serious about it and you do it because you want to do it, you have more motivation. What we hear from participants is that the amount we pay can cover roughly 70% of their costs. Now, of course, if the new and host and agreement agree on some kind of extras between themselves, and I would here exclude financial, but for example, if the host can offer accommodation or can offer lunch in the canteen or can offer transport cost to be covered from the place of stay of the new entrepreneur to the company, that is possible. But we don't want the host to pay any money to the new entrepreneur because that would mean that the new entrepreneur works for the host, and this is not the purpose of this program.
Yeah, maybe I can share a few information regarding these expenses and contribute to the discussion. So in the example of Kelly, who is currently staying with us, I think somebody from the European Commission very well calculated the amount of money because this 70% is, I think, exactly what covers, because I know her rent and what, I think 560 euros per month for Bosnia, if I said the slide correctly. She spent 500 euros for accommodation and utilities, so she's left with 60 euros. So she has to pay for her food and travel expenses and stuff like that, so it's exactly 70%. In terms of her obligations towards us, it's not a full-time employment, so she stays at our office, so that can be considered as our expense, and she uses our facilities. She's not paid, so everything that she kind of spends, quote unquote, is for us treated as a business expense, like, I don't know, any other business partner that would come to our company, maybe stay for a few days. And she has a job currently, and she works remotely for a company in Netherlands, so she's able to pay for the rest of the expenses she has. And she does not work for us full time, or actually it's not even considered work, I would say more it's like a consulting kind of agreement. So we figure out a schedule within these 3 months of days when we're going to have meetings. She does her own thing during the day, and then whenever she has time, or whenever we agree, she contributes to our company. So basically, it's more. Yeah, I would say a business trip is a better term than a abroad employment or something like that. And the cost is very well calculated based on the slides that I saw and based on the expenses Kelly has. She has an apartment not in the city center, so somewhere close, close to our office. So the expenses, somebody calculated them very well, so I think it applies definitely to other cities. However, for her salary in Netherlands, when she comes here, it's much more affordable than, for example, when somebody from, I don't know, Kakan goes to Berlin, probably. But that's the downside of living in Kakan. So.
Okay, thank you, Nermin.
Yeah, and after all, finding accommodation in a new country, trying to find out how the cost will be done, it's also entrepreneurial skill. You know, so this is also a part of the learning journey.
Yeah, she actually did the research and she found like 7 different apartments on OLX without me telling her that she should look on OLX. So she went to Airbnb, she went to Booking, she figured it's too expensive. She found a local market, figured out based on the map where our office is, where she should look for, and then she sent me like, is this okay, is this too expensive? So all of the research was already done by her, which also showed us that she's serious about the work that she does, so it's, yeah. And I think also it's part of the experience that if you're going abroad, you want to kind of do the research and figure out all of these things. And not, as Katarina said, if everything is given to you, then you might take it for granted. So it also kind of filters out the people who are not so serious.
Yes, and some people go and stay at their friends' and relatives' place, yeah. Because the project is not just on entrepreneurship. You also visit another country, learn about different cultures, etc. So it's like a holistic approach, actually. Okay, thank you. Another question? No? That's it? Sounds like that. Katerina, do you maybe want to add something?
No, I was very happy to participate. Once more, if you see a place for promotion of this program, we are happy to send you promotional materials. We are happy to participate in events. As I said, our colleagues are happy also to participate, and let's make this program known all over. If you need info kit, if you want to promote on your social media, please do so. And yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Katerina. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our presentation and discussion. I hope you'll reach us soon regarding this program. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.